What's good, y'all? It's Alex Kamunya here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to show y'all the best budgeting method that y'all should be using if you want to reach financial freedom. And look, I promise I'm not capping right now. This is the GOAT method. You need to be doing this. Let's get into today's video.
I guess I got my swagger back.
So one thing I actually notice about a lot of people is that they struggle with their finances primarily because they can't budget properly. Your budget is essentially the health of your finances. When you are budgeting properly, you're monitoring your finances properly, right? In the same way that if you go get your blood pressure taken and it's extremely high, then obviously that means there's something wrong internally, right? Honestly, the biggest reason people struggle with budgeting is because they don't have a goal or a purpose or an objective whenever they are budgeting or with their finances or with anything in general. So they're not really making an effort to budget. They're just letting whatever happen. They're essentially just drifting. In the book, Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill talks about drifting as someone that is allowing other people and other things to dictate their actions, right? So in the same way, when you're not budgeting, you're not in control of your finances. The first step to getting in control of your finances is actually having a reason to budget. If you don't, then you have no reason to actually stay committed to it. So that's the first thing. When you have a reason or a purpose for why you're budgeting, number one, you're going to actually be motivated to because there's a reason behind it, obviously. And number two, you're going to be accounting for every single dollar that you make. Most people don't have a reason or a purpose behind to anything they're doing. They're just doing it because someone said they should, or they think it's the right thing to do or whatever. And then, after some time, they just end up stopping because there was never any purpose behind it. You need to have a purpose or a goal behind your budgeting, right? Whether that is saving to invest, whether it's saving to pay off debt, whether it's saving to start a business, whatever it is, you need to have a purpose. Because what I notice is that when you don't have a purpose or a reason to your budgeting, then a lot of people will let the dollars that they make go unaccounted for. And we all know how that goes. You get extra money and then a couple weeks later, you asking yourself, dang, what did I spend that extra money on? You don't even know where it went. So accounting for every dollar ensures that you know exactly where every dollar you make went. So that means at the end of the month, you should have $0 remaining.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That is known as the zero-sum budget. But this is how most people budget. You get paid, you pay your bills, and then you save whatever's left if there's anything left. And then investing was never even a thought. Like that is so investing. No, I barely had enough to save. This is really due to the fact that people are not, number one, budgeting correctly, and number two, paying themselves first. I talked about paying yourself first in my last video. Go check that out if you want to learn more about that strategy as well. But essentially it means that whenever we get paid, we pay ourselves first before we pay anybody else. We take priority over anybody, over your rent, over your car, over your insurance, over anything, your groceries. You take priority over everything. So when I say you're going to have $0 left at the end of the month, it's because you're treating paying yourself as a mandatory expense. It's not something we just do at the end with how much money we have left over after we've paid our bills. No, we pay ourselves, pay our bills, and then we should have nothing left at the end of the month. Zero-sum budget. So to better illustrate this, let's go through an example. So let's say that you're getting $5,400 in gross income per month, right? Obviously, Uncle Sam's gonna take his cut because when you're an employee, we know that you're a essentially business partner with the government. So let's say Uncle Sam takes $1,450 in taxes. So after Uncle Sam has violated us and taken a good amount of our money, then we can now pay ourselves. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now we need to figure out how much do I actually want to save every single month, right? What is my savings goal? That's the number one thing you need to know. So let's say our goal with our budget is to save to invest. We're saving to put a down payment on our first rental property. Let's say that's our goal. Your goal could be, to pay off credit card debt. Your goal could be to save your emergency fund. Whatever it is, let's just say in this example, our goal is just to save to invest. So let's say our savings goal is $500 per month. So now our true net income after we've paid Uncle Sam and we've paid ourselves is $3,450. Now we can pay everybody else. So let's say we pay, $1,300 in rent, $350 car payment because you didn't watch my other video on the number one financial mistake that most people are making in their 20s and 30s. And let's just say a bunch of other stuff to where our total expenses per month is now $3,250. So now we can analyze what our surplus or our deficit will be. $200 every single month in surplus. That's bad. And so now what most people would do in this case is end up spending this extra $200 on something and not even knowing what happened to it. So now we know, okay, we have a surplus of 200. Now we can either, number one, increase our savings to invest, or we can, put that to a credit card debt or whatever the case may be. We just know that we need to get that surplus deficit to $0 per month. That should be the net every month. So let's just say we will increase our savings to $700 instead of $500 now. So actually in the description of this video, I've included the spreadsheet that I use for my ZeroSum budget. It's gonna allow you to account for savings, right? Paying yourself first, of course, any debt you might have, and also all your expenses. It's gonna force you to have a $0 per month surplus at the end of every month, meaning you've accounted for every single dollar. Wait, hold up, you just gonna give that to them for free? Yeah, I don't mind. The only thing I do ask is that they do hit that like button so that the YouTube algorithm knows that this is good content that needs to get pushed out there. The spreadsheet is designed for you to pay yourself first and also account for any other debt that you might have, right? So you can essentially input any debt you have on the debt section, and it's going to automatically tell you how much you can contribute toward that debt every single month based on the amount that you want to pay yourself first every single month. So it's a dope spreadsheet. It'll even tell you how much you should be deducting from your paychecks that you should be paying yourself first every month and also putting towards your debt. And remember, you should have at least 3 bank accounts, right? You should have one for, number one, your savings to invest account, your pay yourself first account, right? You should have your bills and expenses checking account, and you should have your entertainment or miscellaneous fun money kind of bank account. You could even have a 4th, which could be your emergency fund bank account, or you can just combine that with your savings to invest bank account and just combine those two. But it's up to you, but you should at least have those 3 separate ones. But yes, this is the best budgeting method because it's going to allow you to account for every dollar. You will have no room for BS spending or money that you have no idea what happened to it. Every single dollar will be accounted for, meaning you will either be saving more money or you'll be paying down debt quicker, or whatever the case may be. Overall, your financial health will be significantly better the moment you start implementing this zero-sum budget. This is the GOAT strategy. I told you I wasn't capping. This is the strategy that you need to be using as far as budgeting and personal finance goes. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments below, what do y'all think about the zero-sum budget method? Do you think it can work for you? Or do you think it's trash? You let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope y'all gained something of value from it. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. That goes a long way in helping that YouTube algorithm know that this is good content that needs to get pushed out more. So anyways, that's it for this video. I will see y'all in the next one.